Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kara and welcome. Today I am bringing you a new series to my channel. I am really into astrology and not just like, ooh, let's look in Cosmo and look at my like horoscope for the month or whatever. No, I'm very much into it. I do all my friends' birth charts. I do human design. It's a whole kit and caboodle, the whole thing. We're very into the retrogrades. We're very into new moon and full moons, and we're just into it. We're into everything astrology. Hi, hello, this is me. So, I will actually leave the link down below where you guys can figure out your birth chart, because I know a lot of people don't believe in astrology because they don't think that, you know, their sign, so Aries, Taurus, just like what you're regularly called, because that's when your birthday fell in. A lot of people don't think that they match that, but basically your birth chart gives you every sign, every planet that you're in, and it just gives you a full rounded view of your personality and how you are. And I personally, it helped me understand me a little bit more, and helped me work through some things. It was pretty enlightening. But I will leave that link down below. I will also leave a human design, which I just got into human design, so I don't know too much about it, but I will also link that down below, because that also has to do with astrology and who you are and how you communicate to the world, which is very important. That I wanted to do makeup looks based on each astrology sign, and I didn't want to do it because I googled it, and of course there are colors that are associated with each sign. I didn't want to do it that way because a lot of the signs had the same colors, and I didn't think that that was very creative. Basically, it didn't really translate to makeup very well either. So basically I am going to create each sign the way that I see it. So today we did Aries. I am Aries. Hello. That is me through and through. I am an Aries. So this is the first look that I came up with, and I am absolutely digging it. Basically I chose these colors today because Aries is a fire sign, but I think Aries get a bad rap for being very, very angry and very impatient. And yes, my first emotion is anger, and I am very, very impatient as a human. But that doesn't mean that it's bold, and that doesn't mean that I'm just on fire all the time. Like, I think people, when they think of Aries, they think of, remember Hades from Hercules, like the Disney movie, like where he just like rolls up in flame. Like, that's what I think people think Aries is, and like that's not necessarily true all the time. I chose these colors because to me, I think of Aries, I think of deep, rich purples. Not so much maroons, not so much reds and oranges, but very, very deep, rich purples. So that's what I came up with today. And Aries are very extra. I'm a very extra human being, so there had to be glitter. There had to be glitter involved. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll get right into it. So first things first, we have to zoom in. So hi, hello, there it is. I already did my eyebrows because that just makes life easier. But for this tutorial, I used the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette and the Morphe 3502 Second Nature palette. Right now I'm just using Silk Cream and Made for Each Other in my crease, and just really making sure that's blending it out. I think I blended this color out for like a minute and a half. Next I'm going in with the shade Pooter just to darken up that crease and really start adding depth to the look. Now I know that the 3502 palette doesn't exist anymore. If you have it, awesome. Basically I just use the 3502 palette to add depth to the look, which you definitely can do with the Jaclyn Hill palette. I just had this palette, so I decided to use it. I also put Pooter in that outer V color or corner because I like to add a lot of depth there when I'm doing looks like this. And I just kept blending that until it was beautifully blown out. This next section is where it gets a little crazy because I love to mix colors in all my shadows and basically all my looks. So I am using a combination of the shade Roxanne from the Jaclyn Hill palette and the shade Chestnut from the Second Nature palette, just really lightly with both of them. I'm putting that in the outer corner and in the crease. And next I'm doing a combination of Risky and Chestnut to just keep deepening that outer crease. And then I just went in and blended it out. So I just kept going in with the Risky and Chestnut mix because I just like to do it little by little, because if you add too much, then you can't go back. So I just like to keep going in and in it, in it and in it. And then I also took some of the color Brave from the Morphe 3502 palette, but you can honestly substitute that with Chip from the Jaclyn Hill palette. They're basically the same shade. Next, I just went in with the NYX Vivid Brights cream color, and this is in the color Lavender or Sugar Rush. I don't know which one it's called, but it's a lavender color. And basically, I decided to cut my crease out with this because I just like the way it looked with the glitter on top of it more than just a regular concealer. I just went back in and blended that out so it's not a crazy line just right there between the two colors. This is a little difficult to blend out once it's dry, so you make sure you want to work quickly with it, and then you should be okay if you work quickly. Next, I went in with the Stila Magnificent Glitter in smoky something. I can't remember the names of any of these things, but I will link everything I use down below with the specific shade names. I really like this one better than like Kitten or something because it still gives you that boom glam, but it's not as bright. So you can, it's just much more versatile, I would say, than Kitten is because it has more of that darker taupey base. So it also plays really well with this look and with that base underneath it. Now I'm just going back in and blending that out as best as I can just so there's not as harsh of a line there. It didn't really take that much because it's hard to blend out a glitter. But I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't a harsh line right there. So I'm just going to use some Bad Gal Bang mascara and coat my lashes and then put some lashes on. The lashes I'm using are the Ardell Wispy lashes. Now, if I were to go back and redo this look, I would have done a thicker lash or curled these lashes, honestly. Next, we're going to go in with the Total Control Primer from NYX. Love this stuff. I was talking about it in my favorites video. It's like a comfort matte like primer. It's awesome. It's just the best matte primer I think I've ever used in my entire life. We're just gonna rub that in and it gives a nice tacky feeling so it like you know your foundation's gonna stick. Speaking of foundation, I'm going to mix together the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Longwear Foundation and the NARS Radiant Long. These two just give me the best color and the best wear out of probably any foundation I've ever tried. So I love that I just decided to experiment one day and mix these two together. And I just love them. I know it looks crazy because it's yellow based against my pink skin, but my skin is warm toned underneath. It's just that my skin is red from me touching it. So don't be fooled. It matches perfectly and I do not walk around looking like a crazy person, I promise. Now that that's all blended out, I'm just going to go in with my Shape Tape in the color Fair Neutral. This could be just a little too light for me, but the next one down I believe is light, and that's what I use all over my face when I don't want to wear foundation, so that's just not the right color. I kind of wish Shape Tape would come out with just a couple more shades, a couple more undertone shades. It would be nice. And I'm using my Real Techniques sponge to blend everything out. I'm pretty positive I love this sponge more than any sponge in the whole entire world. It is the best. The flat side's the best, the point side's the best, the consistency of it, the bounce, everything is fantastic. Next, I'm just setting my under eye with my Derma Blend Loose Setting Powder. Best setting powder in the whole entire world. I also went through and used the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I don't know where the clip is of it. Now I'm using the little bit of Tatcha that's left in my Luminous Dewy Skin Mist to put it on the flat side of my sponge. I'm just going to buff it around on my hand, and then I'm going to go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the color Nude and buff that in just to set my entire face. I have to do this step or else all my scars will show through by the end of the day. And I'm just going to go and set my face with the MAC Fix Plus just to make sure that it all stays and the powder goes down. Now I'm just going in with the Tarte Amazonian Waterproof Matte Bronzer in Park Avenue Princess, I believe, and just bronze the hell out of my face. I love bronzer. There will never be a tutorial where there's not bronzer. If there is a tutorial and it's not like a fantasy kind of tutorial and there's not bronzer all over my face, you know I have a problem. Like, you know something's wrong with me. I've been kidnapped. It's my SOS for help. Okay? Just always remember that. Next, I'm going to go in, or I'm going to bronze up my neck just to make sure everything flows really, really well. And I'm also going to use the same bronzer to contour. It's just a different brush that I'm using. So let's just wait to get to that clip. I'm just trying to hide the double chin, you know? Hide that double chin. So I'm using the Morphe R10 brush to contour with. I love to contour the backs of my cheekbones and then right up next to my hairline. Me and my hairline do not get along. And then I'm just gonna lazy contour my nose because I don't really need to contour my nose, but I don't like that my nose gets lost in pictures and in videos and things like that. So I just like to bring some life to it and give it some color. And of course I messed up my nose contour, so I had to go back with powder and just make sure it was all set. Next, I'm just going to contour out my jawline using the same brush that I contoured with and the same bronzer and underneath my lip as well. This was just an afterthought. I would have used a separate brush. Now I'm using a fan brush to do the only thing a fan brush is good for is dusting off powder. Next, I'm going to go in with the blushes Goulie from NARS, which is a VIB Rouge exclusive, and the NYX blush in Nude Tude. Those are my two favorite blushes. I love to mix them. I'm just taking the shades Roxanne, Jazz, or Jax, and Chip from the Jaclyn Hill palette just to do my under eye. I went a little crazy on this eye, but I don't think I care too much, honestly. I just kind of went for it. Again, I am setting my face. I probably set my face 3 or 4 times when I do my makeup, no matter what kind of makeup I'm doing, because I don't want it to go anywhere. But also, I'm going to apply my highlights. So I'm using the highlights. I'm using the Makeup Forever Starlit Powder number 13 and the Becca Moonstone highlight, which I just love them together. I put the Starlit Powder basically as a highlight for my highlight on like the very, very tips of my cheekbones and on the very, very parts of my forehead and on my nose and inner corner of my eyes as well. For my lips, I mixed together the NYX Soft Cream Matte in Rome and a nude shade that I cannot remember the name of. I'm just going to go in and highlight my brow bone with the two lightest shades in the Jaclyn Hill palette. And there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this first one. My next ones are going to be a little bit more creative because I wanted to do something that I would like because I am an Aries and it's all about me this episode. So I hope you guys. Alright guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys super enjoyed it. Just me being creative and just trying to figure it out as we go. I'm just trying to tap into my creativity a little bit more. I can feel it bubbling up on the surface. Guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys did, please subscribe and like this video. Likes do a lot for everything. They are everything on YouTube. And comment down below any videos you'd like to see from me, and I will see you guys later. Bye.